The selfie detonated my marriage before I finished blinking. It arrived at 10:11 p.m., captioned, "Work ran late." Her smile rehearsed, blazer sharp. I zoomed because dread twitched. The mirror behind her wasn't an office. Steam ghosted white tile. A glass door cut the frame. Inside stood a man under running water, shoulders bare, head turned away. His wrist faced me. I knew the watch. Brushed steel, green dial, quarterly bonus gleaming. He wore it while blessing our vows at the company picnic. Her boss. The bathroom fan roared in my ears as certainty bled out. I saved the image, powered down, and sat in the dark, realizing betrayal doesn't scream. It whispers, then waits for you to listen long enough to understand everything you thought was safe has already moved beyond repair tonight. Forever, silently, irreversibly, without warning signs. I didn't confront her because panic burns evidence. I watched. Phones face down. Meetings metastasized. Credit cards whispered hotels labeled conference. One night, while she slept, I synced her tablet. Messages surfaced like bruises. He promised promotions, threatened layoffs, scheduled trips. Power, not passion, fueled it. I screenshot, timestamped, archived, breathed. Dates became a map. Fear explained her distance better than love ever could. I stopped asking why she chose him and asked how truth survives exposure. I planned exits, not explosions. By the time she kissed me goodbye each morning, I was several moves ahead, practicing calm. Strategy cooled my rage into focus. When you learn betrayal is structural, you stop shouting at people and start dismantling systems, carefully, quietly, until collapse becomes inevitable and no one can pretend surprise when consequences arrive. Documented, lawful, public, permanent, swift, undeniable. I sent the photo from a burner account to one person. His wife. No speech. One word. Recognize. The next morning detonated downtown. HR sealed floors. Lawyers paced. My wife's boss vanished. That night she came home trembling, asking what I knew. I said nothing. By Friday, investigators found secret travel funds, coerced transfers, complaints buried by reassignments. Women spoke. Receipts spoke louder. My wife begged me to protect her. I told her truth had traction now. It doesn't ask permission. Watching gravity return felt unreal, like standing still while a tower tilts. I wasn't satisfied. I wasn't cruel. I was calm. Consequences don't need anger to accelerate. They need friction and time. Both were finally abundant, and the fall had begun silently, legally, irreversibly, across boardrooms, courtrooms, marriages, reputations, futures, careers, bonuses, pensions, friendships, legacies, myths, excuses, protections, illusions. The shock came backward. Detectives asked for my wife, not him. She wasn't arrested. She was interviewed. That night she confessed through sobs, saying fear felt safer than honesty. Weeks later, he was indicted for coercion, fraud, obstruction. His wife filed publicly. The company cooperated loudly. I expected relief and found emptiness. During mediation, my attorney uncovered an unexpected fact. Months earlier, my wife transferred her company to me, quietly, fearing retaliation. Legally, every lever he used to control her already belonged to me. His power expired before exposure. Justice hadn't arrived suddenly. It had been waiting, patient and prepared. Betrayal had accidentally positioned me to dismantle the cage without touching the bars while preserving evidence, dignity, futures, leverage, safety, witnesses, timelines, options, exits, accountability, restitution, balance, restraint, restraint's cost, restraint's reward, clarity, resolve, distance, mercy, boundaries, closure, survival, peace. The verdict landed clean. He pled guilty. Sentencing was severe and public. My wife testified under immunity, voice steady, eyes hollow. I filed for divorce without speeches. Friends called me strong. I felt finished. Then another shock surfaced. Investigators suspected I engineered the leak for gain. I was subpoenaed. During deposition, I told the truth. I didn't send the photo first. His wife did. She recognized the watch, traced hotels, alerted authorities. My message arrived later. Redundant. The accusation collapsed instantly. Justice corrected itself again. Truth doesn't need authorship. It needs alignment. Systems work when facts outweigh fear. I walked out lighter, realizing vindication can be quiet, procedural, and devastating to lies without raising voices through evidence, timelines, subpoenas, statutes, audits, logs, warrants, standards, ethics, patience, precision, restraint, transparency, process, fairness, consequence, closure, trust, recovery, resolve, dignity, balance, justice, served. Rebuilding followed rules I learned late. Therapy replaced interrogations. Mornings replaced dread. Silence became peace. One evening, a prison letter arrived. He asked, "Was it worth it?" I didn't answer. I donated the settlement anonymously to a workplace abuse fund. Weeks later, an investigator thanked an unnamed source whose early documentation protected victims. That source was me. I hadn't planned bravery. I planned survival. Survival widened into responsibility. I stopped replaying the selfie. I stopped zooming mirrors. Healing wasn't forgetting. It was releasing vigilance. The past loosened its grip. The future steadied. My phone buzzed without fear. Sleep deepened. Laughter returned. I trusted myself again, knowing certainty isn't the absence of doubt. It's the courage to act precisely when doubt finally speaks clearly, calmly, ethically, deliberately, early, lawfully, humanely, steadily, consistently, bravely, publicly, privately, patiently, persistently, compassionately, wisely, decisively, forward, unafraid. The ending hit hardest because it whispered. At a cafe, a woman approached, introduced herself as his ex-wife. She thanked me, then corrected me. "You didn't start it," she said. "You proved it." A hotel manager had flagged repeated misuse months earlier, compiling reports quietly. Systems were already moving. I wasn't the trigger. I was confirmation. That truth settled clean. My marriage ended. A predator fell. Others escaped. Justice belonged to alignment, not heroes. Endings don't roar. They rebalance. I walked home lighter, trusting gravity again. When another selfie arrived someday, I smiled and lived. The mirror no longer frightened me. It reminded me that seeing clearly, once, can redirect countless lives without applause, without revenge, and without losing yourself to fear, silence, secrecy, manipulation, power, coercion, lies, shadows, control, exploitation, denial, complicity, delay, doubt, despair, chaos, darkness, harm, repetition.